Fear and greed run through the wire. Candles climb and then expire. Our edges cut from the profile, sharp and clean by every buyer. Conquers the markets, he turns water into wine. His timing flows where chaos turns divine. Cut sharp enough to time the sign. Yeah, this man's no common trader. He commands the market's numbers. We call him Chef Bailey. The market bends beneath his flame. Fear and greed run through the wire. Candles climb and then expire. Our edges cut from the profile, sharp and clean by every buyer. Markets move, they twist and swing. Every tick can burn or blink. Ryan keeps calm, he trusts his thing. The charts tell him everything. But when T1 makes ding, 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 the futures spread their hidden wing. And he is ready for anything. Vic's still looking like a restless king.
Ready to stop guessing and start growing as a trader? Welcome to Vici Trading Solutions, a community built by real traders for serious learners. We don't just post trades, we teach the why behind every move. With a full education section and daily breakdowns, you'll start seeing the market like a pro. You won't be trading alone. Inside the Vici Discord, you're surrounded by committed traders, from futures pros to rising crypto specialists, all learning and winning together. Gain first access to our exclusive indicators, powerful tools used daily by hundreds across TradingView and beyond. These aren't gimmicks, they're built to sharpen your edge. Each morning, our founder posts a full trading plan for the S&P 500 or NASDAQ and calls out the levels he's watching live. No fluff, just clarity. Education, tools, community. Whether you trade futures, stock, or crypto, Vici gives you the foundation and firepower to grow. Join Vici, trade smarter, conquer the markets.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So you guys remember yesterday, right? I was doing the Trump dance. So much winning. Oh my God. Talk about a volatile day, but we crushed it. We smoked it. Good stuff, guys. I am super excited about today. I just wanted to show you guys what's up. We're going to make this a very simple stream here, and then we're going to go over what I think is going to happen, which, you know what I call for. More up. But, we're going to go over the charts. We're going to get into it. And just an incredible day today. I mean, they dumped on everybody right out of the gate. Just insane, just shredding fools. And then, of course, they bought our prime buy location. So let's get into the trade plan. Let's talk about it. Let's just show you guys all the goods. And we'll just do that right after we do this number here. So please, if you're not following along, please make sure you follow me at Ryan Bailey Edge across all the socials, Substack, YouTube, X, and TradingView. We got some cool new indicators on there for those of you who have not checked them out yet. Our 80% rule for all the subscribers. And I got some new ones coming up. I just talked to Rob today. He's working heavily on getting you guys some new goods. So if you are a Substack subscriber, I suggest you hit me up via DM for these. And if you're not, I suggest you sign up because we got some stuff that you shouldn't be trading without. Also, for those of you who are on this stream for free right now, you are a free, a spectator, whatever, still go on there. We've got some great intraday tools on there. I got some ATR tables. I also have an intraday levels study that shows overnight highs and lows. Also shows yesterday's previous high, low, close, 30-minute opening range, all kinds of good stuff. I mean, this is something that I use all the time. I liked it so much that I wanted to share it with the guys in the community. So I tooled it up and they are loving it. And it's just a fantastic indicator. So with that being said, check it out. I also posted a really interesting free post today on Substack about gold and silver. You should certainly take a look. That thing is screaming at us right now, and it's got my antennas up. I mean, this doesn't normally happen unless we got something brewing, which is certainly possible. Doesn't mean we can't go higher on the ES first, but all the warning signs are there. So when the signs are flashing, we should be paying attention. So let's get into it to show you guys what's up. Now, I just want to tell you, as I was trying to make content, my computer screwed up. The software I used to make slides was kind of messed up. So I'm going to wing it here. You guys will just have to bear with me. Half of these slides are going to be pretty good, and half of them are just meh. So here's the deal. Let me just see what we have here. Well, I'm just going to pull up my, how do I want to do this? I really am not sure how to play this yet. I think first and foremost, I usually start with the market context and do all that stuff. But because my thing was kind of goofy, let's just go ahead and talk about the VIX, shall we? Let's just talk about the VIX. So you guys know that I've been talking about this super important level on VIX for quite some time, the monthly daily level at 1744. Go ahead and pull this up and show you guys what's up. This is from yesterday's plan. It's the only thing I could pull up, but nothing's changed. It's been this way for a couple of weeks. So guys, as you know, if we were pushing above this weekly and daily here at, let's just call it 1750s right here, that if this breaks above, this could squeeze hard into 2009, causing the indices to fall rapidly. Boy, wonder what happened today. Absolute gangbuster flush. They just shredded bulls, right? Liquidation move here. So just to let you guys know, I mean, everybody knows we had FOMC yesterday. Okay, cool. And then we had, Trump said some silly stuff the other day about how he was happy the dollar was down and that it was great for exports, and it flushed the dollar another point. Then we have Bassett on the mic this morning, pre-market. He was trying to defend the dollar, which pumped it up. And I think between the jobs numbers that were shitty, FOMC, and then again with them trying to prop up the dollar, essentially, it just was a little too much for the markets, and we needed to come down and test some support. But the VIX gave us everything we need to know, and I'm excited to show you guys about this level that played because we've been talking about it since Sunday. But this was our big catalyst. The moment they pushed over 1762, we were done getting long, guys. We actually had a long area from the very top today, and I had a disclaimer there basically that said that if the indices break below 69.89, we were going to flush pretty good, right? So I'm just going to pull over my 15-minute just to show you guys what's up. And I know this is going to be a little messy here. I didn't plan on doing this here, but this was our spot this morning. This is an RTH chart. The moment they broke the 69.89 daily, which I'll just show you where that comes from right here. This was our important pivot that we played 2 days ago, took us to the all-time high. Yesterday, we came down and played the weekly, took us back up. And then so we knew if we broke this daily, we were flushing, right? So check it out. The moment we got below this, they back tested and it was just over. So I thought it was really important to show that. That was really the big catalyst for the move down for us in that in between VIX. And the moment I saw VIX go ham like that, I just got out of the way. There was no point in buying here. And even to the point where I'll just put it to you like this. Let's see here. I was just telling everybody, look at this. Me waiting for 04, right? This is me right here. Oh, yeah, I'm just going to chill. And I told everybody, look, if 04 plays, we want to hold and see the rate claim of 1275. And this will be the ad. And we're looking to get back to 25 and more like 64 or higher if this holds. Well, that is exactly what happened. But as you guys know, this is one of my signature trades. I teach this to all my guys. This is a banging trade right here. This is the support. Not only was this a monster wing play, but this was a weekly level. And honestly, this was the area that we talked about in the weekend review. I said, listen, this is a massive area. This is a big pivot. I'm just going to pull this up. This is from today's trade plan. This is our prime buy location, everybody. Put it right out there. We've talked about this. I mean, I zoned in on this so many times throughout the week and focused on this level so hard during the weekend review, even to the point where I drew red boxes. You can't go below this. You can't go below it, right? I think, listen, If you can't play the lines, maybe you can paint by colors. And the red was it gets bad below. So we're painting by colors on this one, guys. So again, right here, prime buy location. This is the key spot for a momentum shift. If it gets below that, it gets dicey, and I would be cautious of longs. But if they get back above these levels, this could squeeze extremely hard, right? So we had VIX pushing like a madman. It broke over. We knew that that wasn't going to stay like that forever. It wasn't just going to launch forever. And here was the other big cue. I'll show you guys what's up. And I put this in the Discord room. So you guys know I'm a monster at the profile. I love profile. And look at this. We one time framed all the way down, guys. These are single prints, A period, B period, C period. That is an hour and a half of just straight flushing. And my comment to everybody today is this will not stay like this all day. We just need to be patient and wait for our setup and wait for our spot. And that is exactly what we did today. It was absolutely fantabulous. And so, like I said, the 03 spot played amazing. And I'm going to show you guys this once again, just so you can get a good look at this. We can go back and look at the weekend review and show you all the colors and all that good stuff. I wish I could have took pictures of all this. It's a terrible day for my computer to act funny, but I just didn't have time to reset and make all that happen. So here we go. Check this out. Boom. So this was the 4-hour leg. It was also our daily wing play. It was also an untested weekly. And you could see we played this almost perfect. We kind of pulled into, let me look at my chart. We pulled into 6,900. My lower level was 04. So, you know, I'm sorry. It looks like we took 4 points of heat and for that, or 3 points of heat. And for that, I apologize. But, you know, for me, I was really looking any lower than 68, 96, 50. This thing was in trouble and we held it perfect and we just gassed it right up. If you guys recall, this was the monster open from Sunday and we just squeezed up the entire time and made all-time highs. So now this leg was untested and we came back. This was the prime buy location being the move to the all-time high. And boy, did it ever prove amazing. So that was really, really great. And here's the other thing I wanted to show you guys. So I showed you the VIX squeeze. How did we know? How did we know? Well, we didn't quite make it to the 2009, but we started to pull back. And the big cue here was, and I didn't get to take a picture of it again, but we popped off of this slightly. And this was right when we hit the 64, right? Do you guys recall what I said in that picture when we said, Roy, here, back to 25 and probably more like 64. Well, did 64 get a reaction? You're damn right. We went right to 64 and we pulled back pretty good. We pulled back like 25 points, right? And oh, here it is. Here's the spot. Look, you know, I can't spell for shit. I just type too much and I type too fast. I'm too busy trading. We popped off of our 1744 area. We got a nice little pop, which was the inverse right there of our first area of resistance, which brought us back down 25 points for a nice little short where they ended up holding the initial balance low only to go all the way back up, right? So fantastic ordeal there. And we actually squeezed really, really hard. So I'll just go ahead and show you guys this. We actually, I had, yes. All right. So again, like I said, I'm a little lacking right now for content here. So we're going to wing this a little bit, but you can see this is the trading view. This is the finale. We played the 03. We held it. Look at this, guys, back to 7,000. That's 90 points, almost 100 points that we got out of this thing. That was the full move, 90 to 100 points called, give or take, couple points, whatever, but just an insane move from the level that we called on Sunday, 4 days ago. We don't play reactions. We don't play the news. We play pre-planned levels, and that's how we roll. These trade plans are out there before you guys even hit a button, and the buys are just waiting for you. This is like high probability areas, and this one was one of the best ones on the map. So I am very, very proud of this. day today. I don't think it could have been any better, even if we tried. We had a lot of guys in the room take advantage of this, and I have so much content. Zoog's on here right now. Bryce, what's up, guys? Victor, Johan, Mark, Char Walker, what's up, bro? Dr. UV, Robert. Listen, all the guys that were in the Discord today, they saw me get long down there. They saw what I was looking at, and the first thing I told these guys, I said, listen, this can make new all-time highs. I know that it's hard to believe to say something like that when we're down, 150 points from the highs, but it's true because that setup is we're looking for new highs. That's one of my textbook setups. I mean, usually we look for it on the smaller time frame, but when it plays on the bigger, you get a bigger move, right? So this is the same thing, and it's coming off of a weekly level. Let me show you guys what we played today, and it was like butter. It was just like butter. Here we go. Let's check it out. So I'm going to pull this down. I'm going to just get into the charts now because, like I said, I'm out of content because my computer broke. So this should be really nice for those of you guys in the room, those of you guys who understand my process fully. And for those of you guys who don't pay attention, you might learn something. All right. So check this out. We talked about this literally in the weekend review. And again, my pin's broken too. My computer hates me right now. I think it wants a reset in the worst way. Let me see if I can try this one more time. If not, you guys are just going to have to follow my cursor around. My apologies. This thing is really struggling. I've been coding on this thing for a week, and I think it's been on for a couple of days here. So, all right. So here's how the legs worked, guys. Boom, 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 and then boom, and then boom, right? So we knew the legs that we had to play. Right now, this was the most untested leg right here. 69.03. That was the bad mamma jamma. Now, you're probably saying, well, Ryan, you got one at 96. Well, this doesn't count to me because we never gained. This was just developing. That's why I said if we were to get below the 96, I was going to get a little concerned, but we didn't. So we held the 03, and because this was our current sub leg, look, let's just draw it out like this. Boom. Because this was the next sequence that took us to the all-time highs, if this plays, guess where we're going? Guess where we're going? All-time highs. That's right. I don't give a shit what anybody says. I called it from the lows, and I am standing by this. I am a firm believer that we're going to go. I don't know if you guys saw this today, but I think we only ended the day down like 20 points. We were way down, but that's the power of the weekly level, and that's the power of our process. Absolute banger. So now that you see it on the weekly time frame, you knew exactly what I was after. Let me show you on the daily time frame. The juice, baby. Here you go. And so now, if you can now that you've seen the weekly, right? Now visualize that's the leg up, right? So here you go. This is the move to the all-time high. We come down, we played the support. Oh, look at that. Look what that played from underneath. Imagine that. Oh, very nice. So let's just go ahead and bring that up over here and look at this ferocious move. Not only was this an amazing move, but we closed above the 89. We closed above the level in the trade plan that I said, if we get below this level, shit's going to break. It's just going to pop off. And now it's like nothing ever happened. It's just one of the most incredible rallies we've seen all year. In one day. I mean, it's been a long time since we've seen some awesome volatility like that. Usually look at this. It took days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days to make this move. We did it in an afternoon, and it was all off of our key level, which was super sweet. So very happy about this. And it is my belief that we will continue to go higher without a doubt. So let's go ahead and just talk about some of the levels that we're going to look at tomorrow. And again, I don't know exactly what's going to happen tonight. As far as I'm aware, Trump's on the horn right now. I believe he is speaking at 4:30 or 5 o'clock is usually late. So who knows? He might say something crazy and we could be down again, or we could be at new all-time highs. Shit, I don't know. All I know is I trade the cash session. And so I just waiting for the morning. And that's why I send you guys the trade plans at 8:30, because as far as I'm concerned, these levels work. They work all the time, but cash session levels, I am very adamant that I wait to play these levels in the cash session. It's kind of how it goes. So, I don't play around. If the level is an RTH level and it was derived in the cash session, then that is when I will trade that level. But God, look at that thing. Look at that. What an amazing call. What an amazing trade. We had guys in the room today that just raked it in. I know people were shitting balls on the way down, but listen, it's just patience pays, you guys. This game rewards the patient. I mean, that is really what it's all about. And you have the trade plans, you know the levels to play. So let's go ahead and take a look at the 4 hour and see what we're gonna do. Boom, here we go. Oh, no, we don't want to close that chart. We're going to look at that chart. So I wanted to show you this too before we get into that. Check this out. We hit our weekly range today. I was surprised that we hit it to the bottom side. That was a little shocker. I didn't expect that to happen. I figured that we would break above this 18 and continue to move higher. But we still have this massive bullish imbalance at 70.69, which is going to be one of our upside targets as we continue to move higher, which is going to be sweet. And we actually we hit a 1.25 extension today. So this was a pretty large weekly range. And I got to tell you, this day for tomorrow, and just pay attention for all you trade plan holders, this day today is going to skew our numbers for tomorrow. Okay, you guys know I always give you like the range to be looking for. This is going to skew our range for tomorrow because this was a monster, and it's going to throw things off a little bit. So we're going to have to use some deductive reasoning tomorrow. Okay, so here is the deal for tomorrow. We are all the way back up here. All right, we have closed above some of this massive support, and a lot of this stuff, like right now, I'm looking for areas to buy. And one of the most important areas that I'm after, and I'll just show you kind of where it goes bad, just to show you, is really back underneath 64. Okay, that's going to be our big cue. I'm going to pull the 15-minute over shortly just to show you what I mean, because this was our target for the long, right? We had the 04 all the way to 64, if you guys recall. It was this guy right here, right? Look at that. Boom. That was my call for the room, right? 64, which was sweet. 60 points. Like, okay, I didn't call the 90, my bad. But, hey, 60 is good enough for me. It pays the rent. And so that is the spot that was super important for us today. And that was actually the area that we headbanged and then was able to kind of reclaim to get our push higher. So right now we have some untested levels. Well, actually, let me make sure, because I'll be frank, I actually took off after we played 64. I had some personal business to take care of. And so, yeah, that's going to be good. So this is the area that I'm looking at. Let me grab my pen. I'm looking at 70. Again, my pen doesn't work. Amazing. Love it. Okay, so look, 77 is a potential great buy spot for a pullback on the retest. Man, I just cannot believe my pen doesn't work again. My computer really hates me today. And the other spot is the 69, 66.75, and 69, 64.50. But again, I want to see this spot play in the cash session. This is because it's an untested daily from the top down. And we have this 4 hour that is technically untested. So it's like this could play both 77 and 66 can play in the overnight and continue to pop us back up. But in order for me to get really excited about this 64.50 daily, I want to see this play in the cash session, you guys. And then I really think this could take us all the way back up. I truly, truly do. And it's funny because this 7,050 level is actually the level in the trade plan that I said, actually, you know what? Let's just pull up the trade plan. And I'm sorry that my computer's acting stupid, but I just want to show you guys how important this is and how, and when I tell you guys what was once support now becomes resistance, could not be a more realistic saying or a realistic thing. So look at this, our key support, our overnight support, 7,050, right? This is the must hold at 96. And if we break underneath 89, right? So we talked about these levels over and over again. And that was the level I told you we closed above. And if you recall, we actually had these levels in the trade plan as well. Well, we had a liquidation break, but that does not mean we cannot play them again if we come back down. Let me go ahead and show you guys what it looks like on the 1 hour, because I'm actually pretty excited to catch these. I think this is going to be our next progression higher. And again, I want to show you why it all goes bad underneath here. All right, so let me see where my pen's at. Let's see if it's rejuvenated itself here. So we came up, we bumped our head on the 7,004 and 7,050 4 hour. More than likely, unless Trump rocks the boat tonight, we are just going to chill here and maybe even pull back into this support. I just do not, we could grind higher. I don't know. But the 77 is great. We had a fantastic test. This was Wednesday. It took us up, but we just couldn't get it done today, and they came down. The other big spot right here, the 66.25, 66.75, whatever you want to call it, 69.64. This is also the previous weekly value area high. Look at all these tests from the bottom side. What did I just say? Seriously, what was once resistance now becomes support. This has proven 3 different times, and really let's call it 2 because this one poked up pretty high, that it is definitely some serious resistance that we need to pay attention to. Like I said, I got flat there because I was pretty convinced that that could have been the potential high. And when I looked at my phone, I'm like, oh, 40 more points. Okay. All right. But that is certainly where things break bad tomorrow. So right now we have not made another 4-hour leg up. And what's funny is actually looking at this, we didn't even, I'm going to say we didn't lose on the 4-hour either. We are still up. And so in my opinion, this thing could easily move up. Tomorrow, you're going to look to be above or below 64, and that's going to be the big cue for us. If this breaks, we can come all the way down and retest these lows, but I would be certainly careful about that. And really one of the things that you want to watch for tomorrow, and guys, this was the big cue for us today, that it was okay to get long again above 64. When they broke below our 1750s on VIX, this was like a green light. I mean, I don't know how many times I've talked about, like even the other day, I said, as long as we stay above this, we're cruising, right? And so that's exactly what happened here. VIX popped up. I showed you guys that was the short from 64, boop. And then as soon as they got below it, we just railed another 40 points to the upside, just obliterating anybody who wanted to get short, which was funny to me because, you know, I can easily see how a lot of traders can get caught off sides on a day like this. They're like, oh, it just flushed 100 points. This thing is going to pop a little bit. Let's short it again. Well, guess what? They shoved it up everybody's ass. And so that's why it's so important to have these plans, understand the context of the levels. And to be honest, you know, I've been trading this a long time. It's good to have somebody like me on your team who can say, hey, listen, this is probably going to make new all-time highs. Here's why you want to be cautious. And here's what you need to look at to get above below. So this was the big kicker for the day. And right now, I just told you guys all the levels to buy. So this is really exciting stuff. And this is an art. Let's see. I want to show you guys something else here. Check this out. This is cool. So this was something that I noticed too, which was really interesting. So, you know, I'm a big fan of the sweep play. Some people call it failed breakdowns. Some people call it liquidity grabs. And whatever you want to call it, it all works. But on the 30-minute chart, and it really is just the RTH chart in general, we came down, we held this area, right? This is our big red block. This is our weekly. Look how they actually swept this low right here. I thought this was really interesting. They swept this low, and you can see my indicator. See the red triangle there? It's like, Ryan, breakdown, liquidity sweep, get long. I'm like, bet, right? Let's go. So that was a huge deal. I'm a cash session trader, so I look at the cash session quite frequently. And so when I saw this sweep and a reclaim, and again, as you guys know, we said multiple times today, and again, I want to show this to you right now, and then we're going to get into something else. Check this out. Here it is right here. If this plays, you want to get back above 69.1275 and ultimately 69.20. You guys see this? How many people are giving you plans with an actionable setup? Seriously, like, okay, you don't want to buy the level, you don't want to catch a knife? Cool, I understand that. But here's where you know that you need to get long. And that's where the actionable setup comes at. That's why these trade plans are so valuable. If you guys cannot see that, then you need to go get some glasses because this is insane stuff. Vici to the rescue. You hear me? This is where it's at. So for all my boys who are in here now, who banked on this long, who followed my lead, who did not short, even though they resisted the temptation, this was worth the wait. Congratulations to all you guys who just absolutely crushed it. Proud of you guys. Super proud. So anyways, with that being said, so I was going to go ahead and go into some stocks and stuff that I'm buying. I actually bought a bunch of stuff today. Actually, you know what? I want to show you guys. This is kind of out of context. No, we'll get into. I'll save it for the room. Actually, I'll share it. Zug, you're in here. I bought like 5 stocks today. Oh, one of the things that I did buy too. Let's just talk about that because this is the reload. I tweeted about this. By the way, Zug, I bought Roblox today. Look at this thing. I know that you were on all over this. This looks great to me. I'm in. I bought this. I'm in from like 74.50 or something like that. But what I really wanted to show you was this right here. I mean, you guys know I'm real big into the cannabis stocks. We made so much money on the first pump. I mean, we were all over that. We literally bought it all. And then it went and we ended up getting out up here around $7 and it was fucking sweet. That made my month on that one. But here we are again, guys. We are right back at the prime location. And again, will this pop from here? I don't know. I'm really not sure. To be honest, I'm happy with holding these 500 shares or whatever it is because, you know, whatever. It's like at some point in time, it may be a year, it may be whatever, but eventually they're going to do something with cannabis and it's going to go. But we've got this nice weekly top down that's played multiple times. And again, it's pretty much the same play that we just saw happen on the ES. So this is a big weekly wing once again. My only downside on this is we did kind of gain here. So we could potentially go. We'll see. Let me look at the weekly. Oh, this is the weekly. Shit. Okay, so look, I like this spot. And again, it may not go. And if I have to die with this, I will. I'll die on the hill with my weed stocks while I'm smoking my fat jizzy. But if this thing pops above 430, actionable setup. Right? Actionable setup, right? This could go right back up. And if you guys recall, I talked about this a few times. If you check the news, you would know that Trump put a deadline for the cannabis rescheduling at the end of January, and it is January 29th. So this level is coming in right on time. I got my fills at 405 today. Look at this. I got my 405 fills. So we got some great prices here. It's not too late if anybody else is interested. But again, don't hold me to this. This is a super sketchy ordeal, in my opinion. This is like biotech. It's like all or nothing. We're either going to run 100% or this fucker's going down. So again, that's just kind of what I'm on right now. I wanted to share that with you guys. I put that tweet out there today as I am a big fan of the cannabis. And so I was hoping to share the love if that takes off because the first one was so tits. It was so good. So anyways, with that being said, our 30 minutes is up. I appreciate you guys hanging out. I've got 30 days free in the trade plans. If you check the link below, I'm going to end this soon. Okay. I'm actually going to stop doing that. So I would suggest you guys jump on it as soon as you can. All you got to do is put your name or your email in the landing page and I'll turn you on. Also, my favorite statistics platform, Edgeful, is ending their 7-day trial in 2 days or whatever the first of the month is. I don't know, 31st or whatever. That's over with. Okay. The link is in here. Use it. Get your 7-day free trial. It's a great platform. Our whole universe is based off of statistics. That's why we trade. That's why we have that's why we have a process that has a statistical edge. We don't know what's going to happen, but we know the numbers are in our favor. And that is the same thing that Edgeful teaches you to do. Not even teaches you. It literally gives you the setups and the probabilities. It says 89% chance this is going to happen. 95% chance that'll happen. You can't beat it. It's great stuff. Highly suggest you check it out. I use it every day. I'll even show you this. I even built some indicators that I copied all their data and I put it in here and it pops up on my chart and it shows me exactly where the targets are. See 50%, 100%, whatever. So love this stuff. I think it's great. And everybody should take advantage of this 7-day free trial. At least check it out. Do yourself a favor. Do not handicap yourself. You got nothing to lose and everything to gain. And the same applies for the trade plans. So with that being said, today is my last day this week for the post-market breakdowns. I hope you guys enjoyed winning because it gets so, look at my face. I'm tired from winning. That's how crazy this shit is. Our plans are. So anyways, tomorrow I will have the plans to you guys first thing in the morning, 8:30 a.m. before you actually before 8:30. I think there's red tag news. And then you'll be all set up for the market. And I will see you guys AM mañana. And then the weekend review, don't miss it. They seem to play out so amazing every week. So be there or be square. Cheers and have a good one.